Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for joining us again this week. Today, we're going to be making some quarantine cheesecake. I say quarantine because we have not been to the store in about 2 to 3 weeks and we don't have a lot. So we've been gonna use some stuff that I just have around in my kitchen and my fridge to make something delicious. So today we'll be making a Piña Colada cheesecake.
If you like Piña Coladas.
And guys, this is my first time making this recipe, so it's gonna be a journey for the both of us. We already said this was my favorite thing to do, so let's get started. So we're gonna start off with the graham cracker crust. That's my personal favorite part. So we have a little bit of sugar that we're gonna add to this, and then some melted butter. And that's all you have to do, honestly. And then we're just gonna mix this together till it gets nice and combined. Try not to explode out of the bowl. And you just want to make sure that the butter coats every piece of graham cracker that we have. So now that this is together, we're just going to set this aside until we're ready to make our cheesecakes. So now we're going to get started on our cheesecake base. Now I have our cream cheese and butter that I have at room temperature. I'm just going to put these fat things up in here. And then we're gonna cream this real good. Ooh. All right, now that our cream cheese is starting to get nice and smooth in here, a little bit of our butter, I'm gonna push down the sides a little bit just to make sure everything gets mixed in well. And then I'm gonna start adding our ingredients here on the side. I'm gonna start off with my sugar. So now I'm just gonna add my coconut milk to here, make sure it gets nice and creamy. And then I'm gonna add my pineapple puree. I use canned pineapples for this because that's what I had in my fridge, my pantry. But if you have fresh, feel free to use that too. And then I have my lime zest to give it that extra little twang because Piña Colada is not complete without it. And then I'm gonna add my coconut rum because, well, it makes everything taste better. And I didn't have coconut extract, so yeah. All right, so now we're just gonna, again, push down the side so that I can make sure all this goodness gets all these nice ingredients mixed in. And then I'm gonna taste it a little bit just because I've never made this before. We're gonna see. Okay. Ooh, I can taste the Malibu a little bit. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add just a little bit more pineapple puree just to get a little bit more pineapple flavor. And then we're gonna go from there. All right, y'all. So we ended up adding a little bit more pineapple puree / juice, a little bit more sugar, a little bit more Malibu. We added a little bit of everything. So now it tastes real good. So now we're gonna finish this cheesecake. I'm gonna add my eggs. We're gonna mix this together and then we'll be ready. I'm gonna scrape the sides one last time just to make sure all this goodness is great. Yes, yes. All right, so now our cheesecake batter is done. We're gonna go ahead and get our pans prepared and then we're gonna throw this in the oven. All right, so we have our cupcake pan here with our liners. I like to make individual ones, one because it's easier for me and I don't have like the cheesecake pan, so if you have cupcake pans, this works great. So I'm going to start off, I have my graham cracker crust mix. I'm going to put about maybe a tablespoon or 2 in each one, depending on what you like, because we're going to pack it down in there. Again, this is my favorite part of cheesecake, so I like more crust, more better. That is my philosophy. I'm just gonna press this real good. It's kind of just like how we did those blueberry cupcakes that last time when we had the streusel on the bottom. Ooh, this one got a lot of, this one gonna be mine because it got a lot of crust in there. We're just gonna make sure we press this in because we do want room for our cheesecake batter as much as possible. Unless you just want to bake this and eat this too. I'm not judging. All right. So we have this nice and pressed down. And then I'm just gonna spoon some of this batter in here. Ooh, it's so nice and fluffy. I'm kind of excited to try this, the final product. Again, we're doing some quarantine baking, low-key ratchet baking, but that's all right, that's all right. We work with what we get. So I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this up, and then when we come back, I'm gonna show you my water bath I do for this. It is not necessary to do the water bath, but I think it adds to the baking process. So I'm gonna finish this and then we'll meet back over by the oven, maybe. So for our water bath, I prepared some hot water, some warm water that I put in this container here. And I filled it up almost all the way to the top, so when I put our cupcake pan in here, it'll cover the bottom of each of the cupcakes or the cheesecakes, so that it will help circulate the heat while baking. All a water bath does is help regulate the temperature while something baking for an even bake per se. Again, if you don't want to do a water bath, it's not necessary. You don't have to do it, but I think it does help in the process. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put this right on top of here. Our oven is already preheated at 350 degrees, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and put this in the oven. All right, so now we're gonna start our coulis. So a coulis is just pretty much a fruit puree with a little bit of sugar and whatever else you want to put in there, cooked over the stove a little bit. So we're gonna make this. I have some our leftover pineapple puree that I'm gonna put in the pot. And so I'm just gonna throw that right up in there. I have a little bit of our lime zest that we had from earlier. So we're just gonna do a nice little pineapple lime coulis. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of our sugar. I'm not gonna put all of it, I'm gonna taste as we go, just so you don't over sweeten it, even though I like all the sugar. And so we're just gonna continue to leave this on the heat and mix it around a little bit until it reduces a little bit, and then we get it to the flavor that we want it. I still have a little bit of lime juice left over in case I wanna add that little extra twang to it and a little bit of sugar. So we'll just taste as we go. Okay. So we've cooked our coulis. I added a little bit more lime juice along the way because I wanted to amp up that flavor, give it a little bit more twang. Now we are using some pineapple puree, so it looks a little bit like pineapple applesauce, but that's okay because we are quarantine baking today. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I turned the heat off the stove. I'm gonna put this in a little container, and then we're just gonna cool this and put this to the side until our cheesecakes are ready. All right, so we finished our cheesecake. It baked in the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, just enough to where when you jiggle the pan, it jiggles but it's firm. And so you can press on it and you don't come back with any cheesecake or anything like that. So we let it cool in the refrigerator for a little bit, and now we're ready to plate. So we have our pineapple coulis, AKA pineapple applesauce. I'm gonna put this right in the middle of our plate. And then I'm just gonna make a circle today because it's a little thick and we don't want it to overwhelm everything. So we're just gonna try and make a circle as nice as possible. I'm gonna try. Okay, before I mess it up. That's good. That's going. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. I'm gonna stop there. And then I have my cheesecake. I'm just gonna go ahead and take it out the wrapper. Ooh, look at all this good crust. Again, my favorite part. I'm just gonna put this right in the middle, actually. Then I have a little lime wedge that I just cut. I'm just gonna put this right on top. And then we're just gonna call it a day. And so we have our cheesecake here. And do y'all want me to taste it? I mean, I already had one, but I'll taste it again. Okay, I'll taste it again, just because you asked for it. Bite this. I'm so excited. Think. We got a little bit of our applesauce and our cake. All right. The cheesecake itself is not too sweet. You still get a lot of that pineapple and that lime zest, a little bit of the coconut too. So you get our Piña Colada feel. And then our our pineapple sauce is actually really good. I could eat that by itself. So I think I just might. But thank you guys again for watching. We were on this journey together. We were both making this for the first time. I can't wait till next week to see, because next week we'll be making what you guys said, gave suggestions from my last video. So we'll be making what you guys want to make. So I'm super excited. I can't wait. Thank you guys for watching. Again, don't forget to like and subscribe to our video. And see you next time. Bye.